My mom would put a time limit on TikTok. I would figure out hacks. I figured out how to change the time, like the location I was in. It was like 15 minutes a day, and I was like, that's just not gonna work.
When I had social media at 13, I would definitely have a lot of comparison issues. Any sort of like body dysmorphia or face dysmorphia, any sort of like dysmorphia I had comes from the phone, because on social media, everything is fake.
I got rid of a lot of my streaks, and I felt like every single day it was like stressing me out, because people would actually like send me like multiple streaks in a row, like every few minutes, trying to like get me to like do it so that it wouldn't break the streak. After a little while, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
My attention span has grown so short. I can barely even get through studying. I just have the urge to go back on TikTok, so I kind of have to like put my phone away, and then I'm like, your phone's right there. Like, you can go back and get it.
Hello and welcome to the smartsocial.com podcast. I'm your host, Josh Oakes. Today is a really special day. We have two 18-year-olds and two 19-year-old teen girls here today, seniors in high school and college freshmen. They volunteered their time to come here today to share with all of you, our audience, what it's like to be a teen on social media and what they wish parents knew. Andrea, I'd like to ask you, if you could talk to your 13-year-old self getting your first phone, what would you say about social media?
I didn't really think of social media when I was that age. I was still playing with like Barbies and stuff. I was just living life without social media. I was 17, almost 18 when I first got social media.
And do you think that's a good age to get it?
Yes and no. I think it's good. I think that I could have gotten it a little earlier, but I see why my parents were like holding off on giving me social media.
So I got social media when I was in second grade. I got Musical.ly, and then that shut down. And then I want to say when I was in sixth grade, I got TikTok. And then I was begging my mom for Snapchat and Instagram because all my friends had it. And I finally convinced her at around 7th, 8th grade to get Instagram and Snapchat. I really wanted to be able to talk to my friends and post on Instagram like my older sister. But looking back, I probably would have said that I could have definitely waited off and I didn't actually need it. I just wanted it. And I think starting at such a young age, at 12 or 13, it kind of does start an addiction. And now looking back as an 18-year-old, I think that I definitely could have just gotten it starting high school maybe would have been better. And I think during quarantine too, because I was in 7th grade, it was very easy to just lean on your phone and on social media constantly and not going outdoors or doing different activities.
I first got social media when I was, I think, 14. I was a freshman in high school, and I had actually been begging my parents for it for like 2-ish years, and they didn't let me have it until I was a freshman. When I first got it, I wanted to have it when I was in like 7th grade. I was like, oh my gosh, all my friends have Snapchat, like they all have Instagram. Like my older sister has it, like I want it. But I think they did give it to me at the right time. Like, I think waiting until I was a freshman was honestly the right time, because I got it like halfway through my freshman year, I think. And I think that if I had gotten it sooner, it would have been a little bit worse, because having a phone without social media, like I learned to not be on social media so much. Because once I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, like I like it so much. Like, this is so fun. But I was also like, I know how to like talk to people without it. Like, I know how to do whatever without my phone or without my social media.
What a powerful way to say that. Having a phone before social media taught you how to manage the phone. Veronica, at what age did you get social media for the first time?
I got it for my 13th birthday. I remember I had YouTube before. I had a phone, I think, when I was like 7, because like it was just for safety things and like if I needed to call my mom or anything. And I was only able to have YouTube and I think maybe like Pinterest. Those were like my only 2 apps that I could have. So for my 13th birthday, I remember I was begging my sister and my mom if I can get it. And my sister had set it up for me. And I think I got Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat on those things. But I feel like it was both good for me because I thought that was like a big girl thing. So it was my 13th birthday and I was being introduced to older like girl things. And I feel like it was good, but also at the same time, I feel like I'm now being 18 years old, I'm more reliant on it because of me starting off from such a young age.
What are some big girl things that you don't want your 13-year-old younger sibling, whether you have one or not, to see?
I'd say if my little sister were to get Snapchat, which I don't think my parents will let her, that don't add people you don't know on Snapchat, especially because there's full of creepy old men, full of just rowdy, disgusting things on there that Snapchat needs to do a better thing. Like, they need to have more guidelines and regulations on it for younger users, I think.
Let's talk quickly about Snapchat. There's these thing called streaks that a lot of parents have heard about where you send a picture, they send a picture, and every day you have to do that. How many of you have a streak that's over a year?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, how long are your streaks?
I have like 500 something.
I have one that's 1,600 and
I have one that I think is like 500, and that's the only one that I have that's, I think, even over 50.
Okay, so we got 4 years technically.
My longest one is like 864 maybe.
What kind of stress do teen girls have, in your opinion, about these streaks back and forth every single day, needing to keep that a credit account, if you will? What would it feel like if you just went, I don't want to do that anymore?
I got rid of a lot of my streaks. I think I got rid of like maybe 20 or more. I felt like every single day it was like stressing me out because people would actually like send me like multiple streaks in a row, like every few minutes, trying to like get me to like do it so that it wouldn't break the streak. After a little while, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Honestly, it's kind of relieving to break some of them, but with close friends, it's definitely takes a toll on kind of like how you feel because it's like, oh, are they mad at me? Why are they not responding? They're active right now. And with like guys too, if they don't respond, it's like, oh, they hate me.
honestly, I feel like when I was younger, I cared a lot more about them. I think that it's honestly a really dumb concept that you'd have to snap someone back and forth every day. I think it can be addictive. If I don't have Wi-Fi or I don't have internet or I'm on a trip or something, you're like, oh no, my streaks, like, can someone log into my Snapchat and do my streaks for me?
What a sneaky business decision these businesses are making, because you want to log in and you want to message your best friend or top 5 friends. And then there's a number that starts appearing next to that communication. So you have emotion, awesome. And then they start gamifying it. And you're like, well, I don't want to let that gamify because they can see that number too, right? Doesn't that feel a little sneaky?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
that's how sneaky they are.
And I think too, now with like Snapchat Plus,
Yeah.
I think you pay money to get a membership where you can stalk how much someone's Snap score is going up. So if
Oh.
someone's not responding to you, you can click on their Snap score and be like, it went up 50 and I wasn't one of those 50, so they're not responding to me. So not only could you have someone's location on Snapchat where you could see if they're active or not, you could also track them or stalk them on their Snap scores.
And with Snapchat Plus, you can restore streaks
Yeah.
for money.
I feel like what you were just saying though also can affect people's like their mental health kind of. Like you're like,
Exactly.
oh, they didn't snap back, or oh my gosh, they're active, or oh, like I see them not talking to me, but they're talking to other people. And then you're sitting here like, oh, well, why are they talking
Yeah.
to me? Like, why don't they want to talk to me? Why aren't one of those streaks mine?
Snapchat Plus, if you're not a user, if you wanted to just restore a streak, it's like $0.99 or $1.99 just to restore the streak with somebody. And then I think for actual Snapchat Plus, I think it's maybe $5.99 a month.
I think it's $5.99 a month.
Yeah, it's like a subscription type thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people wake up, their phone's right next to them. Today's the first day in like a couple weeks where I woke up and I read a book. Instead of looking at Instagram and other stuff, I went to the gym, felt way happier. Is that something you guys have discovered too? You roll out of bed. What does your morning routine look like, going bad and going good?
I would say that every morning I definitely check my phone. That is the first thing I'm doing. And I used to not be able to do that because I would charge my phone downstairs when I was younger. But now, ever since I've been able to charge my phone in my room, become a habit. I don't think I have in a very long time woken up and not checked my phone. And I also think that when I go to bed, that's also the last thing I'm doing. And I think I sleep a lot later because I am on my phone.
Do any of you think it's really good for parents to charge their kid's phone in the other room so they can't sleep with their phone next to their bed?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah. My parents for years never let me charge my phone in the room. I had to charge it like on the kitchen counter. And I feel like I did actually used to go to sleep like earlier, but then also when I woke up, I feel like I was able to just like wake up and be like, okay, let me go get ready. But now that I feel like I have my phone in my room, like I'm on it a lot more at night, I'll just stay in bed longer and I'll be on my phone instead of actually just like getting up.
Have any of you ever put another app on your phone to limit how much you can open TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube?
When I first got all my social media apps, I had screen time. My mom would put a 15-minute time limit on TikTok. I would figure out hacks. I figured out how to change the time, like the location I was in. I downloaded a software to like screen record when she would put the password into my phone. So me and my sister, we went around. I did everything. It was like 15 minutes a day. And I was like, that's just not going to work. I figured out ways to get around it. And then even software, I just completely just hacked it. At the time, I really hated it, but I know my mom was just doing it for my best interest.
At one point, my mom took away the app store because I was like really wanting social media. So I'd have Snapchat all day or like when I'm at practice, and then I delete it when I get home. And then she figured it out because she looked at my screen time, and then she took away the app store. And I was so sad, but you gotta have consequences for your actions, I guess.
My parents did the same thing as your parents. They gave me a screen time, so every night my phone would shut off. On weeknights, it was like 8 or 9. And then on weekends, I got it into like 10, maybe 11. But like, I hated it. I would get so mad because I'd be mid-conversation with somebody and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like it's shut off. But I feel like at the same time, like, I liked having my messages to talk to my friends at night. So I feel like it would have been better if they would have given me like my messages to be able to communicate with my friends. My social media getting shut off at night, like I didn't mind that. I would recommend that to like my aunt right now, who my cousin is just getting social media. Like I would tell her, like give her a limit on it. But like with certain things, I would say maybe not as much of a limit.
When I had that and had no social media, all of my friends used Snapchat as their main form of like communication, so they wouldn't get back to you if you didn't have Snapchat or Instagram where they can contact you through social media. And I was like, oh, so I do need it.
Do you think the people who you can text and you have the phone numbers are closer friends than those who you might only have their Snapchat?
Yes, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I snap so many random people that are like from schools that I know because I've either seen them at a party or something, and we start the streak because of that. And I wouldn't be texting those people on a regular basis and be upset for them not responding or letting the streak die, because I definitely am a victim of if someone that I'm talking to, if I like have a crush on someone and they're not responding, I see that they're active, I can see that they half swipe me with the Snapchat Plus feature, how much that affects me and how much I'm like literally going crazy and just telling all my friends, like I know that he's active and I still can't get a message back. So if I only was messaging people through text, I'd have so much less stress on my life than what I have with Snapchat.
People in your contacts are your closer friends. Some people on Snapchat, they're not you wouldn't be like talking to them. Like you might not even be friends with them if you didn't have Snap. So I feel like for younger teens, if there was like a thing on Snapchat, or if like even if parents monitored it and it was like only the people you're allowed to add are just like people that are in your contacts. Because Snapchat will tell you too if you have somebody in your contacts, right?
Yeah, and I feel like when you go to an event and you meet someone, you don't ask them like, can I get your phone number? It's like,
No.
what's your Snap?
Yeah.
So I just think definitely the people in your messages are people who you're definitely way closer with. But Snapchat's more like any person. Like it could be friends you just met from a friend of a friend. It could just be anyone.
Have any of you ever deleted an app for the week just to try it out because you're overwhelmed?
No.
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 I haven't because I know how addicted I am, and I feel like I would just be like, I would download it within a day, and I'm like, there's kind of no point. I've tried to like not go on it or like shut my phone off. That way I'm not on those apps, because I feel like that's how I would do it, because I feel like just deleting the app itself, I would re-download it that second.
So I want to ask each one of you, what's your top 2 most addictive apps that you just don't even think about?
TikTok and Snapchat.
TikTok and Snapchat.
I think TikTok and either Instagram or like one of like Disney Plus or like Hulu, where I watch shows on.
Mine's bad. I have 3. I have Snapchat, TikTok, and Pinterest. Those are my like main ones.
Yeah. Have you ever broken up with an app? We're not dating anymore for a week. I don't want to talk to you.
Only when my parents forced me to delete it. But
Okay.
I think once for Lent, I tried to not go on it at all. I didn't delete it because I didn't want to lose my drafts. But I tried to not go on it. And I think I succeeded like 3 days. And then that didn't. That was TikTok. But I haven't actually officially ever deleted an app that I can remember.
If you picked your top 5 best friends that you're texting and not just Snapchat friends, we all mentioned that we're addicted to Snapchat, right? I mean, we can admit that is an addiction. It's not your fault. Does a world exist where you get together with your BFFs and you say, hey, for a week, we're all going to delete Snapchat? Your eyes are huge right now. I can tell. We're going to delete Snapchat and we're only going to text each other. We're going to do an experiment. Is that something you think you're strong enough to do?
No.
Or is it?
Oh, yeah.
Andrew, why do you think you're not strong enough?
because I rely on it so much to like text my friends. Like with V, I text her every like waking sec. Like I texted her this morning right when I woke up.
Another question I have for you is, how do filters and editing apps affect how girls see themselves?
When I had social media at 13, I would definitely have a lot of comparison issues, any sort of like body dysmorphia or face dysmorphia, any sort of like dysmorphia I had comes from the phone because I will see someone maybe in person and they don't look like that. And then on social media, they do. And everything is fake. Everything is premeditated. And it makes me feel like, why can't I have that in a sense? Where, like, even editing apps, if I wanted to show someone that I was out doing something, I feel like it's all for show to post something and show everyone that you're out and that you're doing things just to flaunt it and then make sure that you're looking good. You can't be seen looking bad on social media without it be taking and like or really
It
bad.
never goes away either.
Yeah. Mhm.
It never
And
goes
people
away.
can screenshot it and like share it with friends on Snapchat or something and make it a sticker as a background or something. And then it'll be like a joke with people.
Especially when you're caught off guard and then it gets made into a sticker and they spam it in the group chat. Oh, that's like death.
Parents, a lot of teens will have the main Instagram account, and then also they have a secondary Instagram account that's with just the closest friends where they can kind of have a fire hose of pictures of just being silly, and it's probably more private than the rest. Do any of you have spam accounts on
Yeah,
Instagram?
I do.
Oh yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
feel like my spam account on Instagram is more for like stuff that I don't want to post on my main. Like it's
Yeah.
for like my closer friends. Like my parents aren't on it. Like I would show it to my parents. Like my sister's on it. But I feel like my spam account is more just for like me being like, oh, this is what me and my friends are doing. Like I don't want to post this on my main. I'm just gonna have it on my spam account. Like
I feel like I'm in between where it's like both my close friends and also because I'm too scared to post it on my main because it's like, oh, is that not like the right angle or something? But I still like the picture in itself. So I'm going to post it on my spam account.
What's the difference between a fake Instagram account, which is a Finsta, and a spam account that you would want parents to know? And how is it different than your main account?
I feel like a Finsta would be more like what you're actually just trying to hide from your parents. Like I feel like a Finsta is like a fake account that you have. Cause wouldn't a Finsta be like the account that you have that your parents can see? Like that's your fake Insta is like the one that your parents do see, and then your real Insta is the one that you have that like your parents aren't on. But I feel like a spam account is more like I feel like it's more just like, oh, my closest friends that I'm gonna show this to. A Finsta I think is like a fake account that you have that your parents see with your real one behind the scenes.
What offline activities do you think more teens should do?
I see a lot of kids, especially the ones who are more online at a young age. They're trying so hard to grow up faster and be like the older kids that they're like comparing themselves to. So it's kind of like a category of Sephora kids or something.
Yeah.
They'll go to Sephora, get makeup, do TikTok dances, wear crop tops, wear like things that 13-year-olds or around that age should not be wearing or doing. And they're just trying to grow up so fast. And it's like kind of sad to see.
Like they look more like 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't even know how old
They
you
don't
are.
have like a childhood. I feel like
Yeah.
it's more
Yeah.
they're just trying to get
They
a
want
lot
to be a
older.
teenage
They
girl
want to
so
be
fast.
like how an 18-year-old is. And I feel like progressively it's gotten so much worse than when we had social media that was more TikTok was more focused on dances and silly stuff. Then now it's like a lot of younger girls take it so serious.
Like
And
thirst trap
Definitely.
and stuff.
Yeah, thirst trap to like inappropriate songs or whatever it may be that you shouldn't be doing. Because when I had TikTok in 7th grade, I was doing like dances and like things that a kid should be doing.
I feel like with that too, like a lot of the younger girls that will even come into our work, they're literally wearing like I don't ever remember wearing anything like that at 13. Like
No.
they come in and they're like
In
elementary
expensive
school.
clothes.
Yeah.
And
I
they're
feel
like,
like
but
a
they're in like
13-year-old
tiny
should
shirts or like like things. And I feel like social media pushes that a lot for like girls to be like more showing off or wearing like smaller shirts or like different pants, whatever. But I feel like when we were that age, like social media was more dances
It was
and
more
it was
innocent.
It's
Yeah.
I say social media grows up with Gen Z. It doesn't stay like at a Gen Alpha type of, I don't know the
Yeah.
generation, but it doesn't stay for kids. It grows up like with you kind of.
And I think it'll like continue growing because I don't want to just say just TikTok has changed. I think TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, they've all changed. They all have some sort of pressure added to the app, especially would say Instagram has way more pressure than I feel like it used to. And I feel like that can affect a lot of young girls, especially like 13, 14. You're already going through such an awkward time as a middle schooler that I think the pressure of these apps nowadays can really affect like your development and how you think about yourself. And I feel like that's why we have like a mental health crisis recently. A lot of people feel really down about themselves is truly because of how much these apps have changed and how they're affecting kids.
Let's talk about the mental health issues, right? So I would argue that previous generations, mental health therapy was like weird. And now it is. ChatGPT is a lot of people's therapist. What are some signs that you've seen some of your friends rely on their phones too much or maybe not be in a good place because of their devices or too much screen time?
I feel like on TikTok, there's a repost option. And instead of opening up to someone and telling them how you're feeling, one of the things that people do will repost something. Maybe if you're arguing with your best friend and they're not being a very good friend and you repost something directed at them, that's an underlying message for them to kind of see and then maybe ask you about because you don't want to contact them directly.
I also think that social media apps like TikTok or Instagram, if you save a video or you like it and let's say it's something sad, your entire page will start becoming that exact feed because they see you're interested in it. And I feel like if you're sitting there on your phone for an hour watching sad sounds, sad videos, sad messages telling you you're not good enough, this person doesn't love you, it really gets into your head and it really does affect you. And I feel like that's what leads to a lot of people who have mental health issues. They get depressed is because of that exact video. Those videos are getting pushed into their mind and it's affecting how they feel.
Have you noticed that your attention span after COVID has gotten a lot shorter?
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
And especially with TikTok because they have like the 5 segments where you can either do a 10-minute feature, a 5-minute feature, and you can also speed things up because your attention span is so like short that you can speed things up because you don't want to hear them talking. You don't want to hear, you just want to get to the main point and you can go from 0.1 to 0.15 and then to just 2.0. And it goes faster and faster just so you can get fed the information fast and then quickly scroll to the next thing so that will make your dopamine even go in.
I also feel like now if I have free time and I'm like, should I watch a TV show or like scroll on TikTok? I'll opt for TikTok because I'm like, it's faster, my attention span, like I don't want to sit there and like turn on a show. I mean, depends on my mood, but I'd say the majority of the time I would choose to go on TikTok rather than watching a new TV series or doing whatever else. I definitely think that it has honestly really affected my attention span.
My attention span has grown so short. I can barely even get through studying. I just have the urge to go back on TikTok. So I kind of have to like put my phone away kind of. And then I'm like, your phone's right there. Like you can go back and get it. And then I go back and get it. And then the cycle continues.
It's kind of just knowing that your phone's there, that you can like go and reach for it instead of like you kind of wanting to. But let's say you're in class and your teacher's giving you things and they tell you to put your phone in the box. People will like try to find ways to not or like put a fake phone case in there so that way they don't have to actually put their real phone in there and still have it in there and like not be fully in the moment. And even people post about not being in the moment, how much they hate being on their phones. And I feel like that's a good thing, but they're still posting about it and not actually doing anything about it, I guess.
I think what's helped me is that my school, we're not allowed to have our phones. So I would say through that 8-hour school day, I can't go on my phone. And that's helped me. But I would definitely say when I come home from school, I definitely could get so much homework done if I didn't have my phone. Get it done so much faster. And I know this, but I continue to go on it and distract myself and procrastinate. And then I'm up way later than I should be. I feel like it honestly is really hard. And now at this age, I'm not going to have my mom put a screen limit on because I need to learn to balance it myself. So it's just something that I don't know how I think it might just get worse. So I wish there was a really good solution.
I think it has to get worse before it gets better for everyone to realize that how much it's affecting them because now it's not just the kids. Also, like you said, parents are also getting into it and they are also falling under the sort of trance of being on social media and having a phone that they need to also realize that they have a problem too. I remember I had gotten in trouble with my mom and she took away my phone, but she gave me a flip phone. And for those few days, I felt like a lot better in a sense, but they were still on the flip phone. I can access like YouTube. So I feel like there's definitely like ins and outs that you can go with not having a phone. But I think everyone needs to realize that it needs to get worse before it gets better.
Well, something that a couple of my friends did, they set up all the rules for their own screen time. But because the sister has the code, they can't change anything unless they like ask the little sister to do something. So that's something that they were actually saying helped them so much, especially with studying, that having that screen time, they were like, I can't be on my phone. Like, I need to study. I have limits on this. Like, I have limits on my social media. And that's something that I know that they did helped a lot. Something that I would maybe do is I'd be like, Andrea, come up with a passcode, and like, Andrea, you put the code on my phone. Or like if you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend, you guys do it for each other. Like I feel like that's something
That's
that
something
to do
better.
to
Think
help
a
out.
parent would make it way too serious.
I feel like
that
not
makes sense.
controlled.
It feels more controlled because I'm like, I'm an adult. I don't want my mom telling me like 1 hour of TikTok. Like I would, I like that idea. I think it's actually smart. Or you could do it yourself, but I guess if you know the code.
You have, I feel like if you have the code and it's your code, you have more freedom to just be like, oh, I'll take it
Or
out.
at least if you like set a reminder so you can see, oh, I've been on TikTok for now. Because sometimes you don't realize how much time has gone by, and then you're like, wow, I need to turn it off. Like,
even
a lot of
Instagram
time.
just had that like feature where now it like will log me out.
That is
It's
helpful.
like ignore your limit. And sometimes with that being told to me, because it's like, girl, you've been on Instagram for too much. And I will actually listen to it because it's not like a parent telling me, it's not a friend that I'm like, why are you telling me I have to get off when you're also on it? It's the phone itself sort of telling me that I need to get off and I've already reached my limit. So I will listen to it and click off the app and then probably go to sleep.
Do you think it's good for you, just about every teenager, to set up the Instagram, TikTok limits for themselves then?
Yeah.
For me personally, if I had it for myself, like it's on TikTok too, where at night it'll be like, oh, like it's this time. Turn off.
It's your
And I'm like, and I'm like, oh, I could just press ignore. I feel like for me, like I would tell somebody, like I would tell one of my closest friends, I'd be like, or I would do what my friends did. I'd be like, hey, you said it. Like I would set all my own limits, but I would be like, you have to come up with the password so that way I can't go on it. Cause I know that if I did it myself, I would just be like, oh, ignore.
I think those reminders though are definitely helpful just to keep you on track, but I don't think they actually stop you. Like you have the choice to listen or not, but it does give you that perspective that like, hey, you've been on it for an hour. Like maybe let's turn off your phone if you want.
Yeah, when we're addicted, we just click on it, right? And this is true with, on this podcast, I have a lot of experts around drug addiction, and they're all saying, Josh, the same thing, right?
And you use your phone in order to figure out ways of moving past those obstacles by using your phone to, how do I stop the screen time? By using your phone.
And I think Apple has gotten better with it. The things I said that I used to get past it, I think they've honestly prevented, like you can't change the time. So you can't say you're in France, so then the screen time, like they don't let you do that anymore. And I think the other way I did it too doesn't work. So they are coming up with better like software where kids can't just get around it so fast. And I mean, when we're parents, we're going to know better how the phone works than like my mom and dad. But I think if they can make the screen time stricter where you can't bypass it so easily, then that will help a lot of kids. Even though they're going to hate it, it's going to help them.
But isn't it fascinating that we kind of want our friends to parent us just a little, but we don't want our parents, because our parents are too serious. They don't know, like they don't know what it's like. What's a better way that we can have our friends help us to help parenting us? But what are some ways they can hold us accountable?
I feel like the main thing would be as like, if all my friends collectively were like, we're going to delete Snapchat, or we're not, let's text on messages. Like you said, it honestly would help me. Like, I don't need it because I just want to, because as a society, this is what we use on a day-to-day basis. And that's honestly why we all wanted it in the first place, is because we wanted to fit in. And if as a society, we collectively agreed that, hey, this is bad for our mental health, this is bad for our kids, that we need to get rid of it. We need to set limits. We need to do whatever it may be. Then I think we'd all give it up. I don't need it if no one else had it.
If it was like a trend for everyone for one day to not do it, I feel like it would be able to do it because we are so easy to fall under trends or what's like happening and stuff like that. Then we'd be like, oh, wow, maybe I can go a day.
They're doing it. I'm going to do it. Like, sometimes I don't like texting a lot. So there are times where if like I feel overwhelmed on my phone, I'll just fully shut it off. Like, especially when I'm getting ready for like to go to bed or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's late. And I'm like, I know that if I have my phone right here, I'm not going to get ready. So I'll just shut it off. I'll throw it on my bed and I'll be like, I'm going to get ready for bed. I'm going to go to sleep. And then once I'm in bed and ready for bed, I'll turn my phone back on. I'll turn on my alarms and I'll sleep. Like,
I also
it's okay.
like do not disturb too. Like if I'm
I'm
on do not disturb, so I can't, like if I'm listening to music, I don't have to hear like Snapchat, like this person snapped you. And then I can just be listening to music and I won't know like who's texting me, who snapped me. And that's been really helpful. And I've been doing that recently. So
the buzz makes you like want to look at it.
Yeah, the buzz.
Like if you feel it or if you see it, you're like
feeling the vibration.
Like even like right now, mine's on do not disturb because I'm like, I don't want it to bother me.
She's always on do not disturb. And I always make sure to press deliver
anyway.
loudly or something.
I don't like seeing notifications. Like all my notifications, I'm like, I don't want to see it.
I agree. I don't like it either.
Have you ever looked on your phone to see how many notifications you get per day from Snapchat?
In the morning, I just
I've never looked.
scroll through my.
Let's look right now. Right now. Open your phone. Open your phone. Go to settings. And please go to notifications, go to
Screen
your
time?
settings and type in
like it.
screen time in the search box.
Oh.
And
Screen
let's
time.
go around and tell each other how much. This is very, very embarrassing. Okay, Andrea,
what is
how much, what's your daily average on the screen?
6 hours and 34 minutes, but it's down 17% from last week.
7 hours or 39 minutes.
I've sometimes fall asleep with it unlocked, so it just stays on. So my screen time goes up by a lot. Right now it says 10,
Okay.
but if I'm asleep for 8 hours, that would be like 2.
Mine is 8 hours and 11 minutes. And it went 17% from last week. So technically I'm being better.
And I mean, also because I can't have my phone at school. Like today, I've only been on Snapchat for 37 minutes and then TikTok 13.
So now underneath the big number, see all apps and website activity. Click on that. Do you see the word pickups? How many times
yeah.
you pick your phone up? What is the number of pickups today so far?
82.
82.
And my screen time today is only 3 hours.
Mine's
That's
52.
Mine's 51.
All right,
Today?
let's go down to notifications.
For today so far, I can tell you, I have had 137.
Today mine is 103. Mine
All
didn't
right.
show for yesterday either.
Yeah, mine's not showing, but
Click on
No,
show
yeah.
more and then go down to and see what Snapchat shows.
mine
And-
is 220.
222
For Snapchat, mine's 26.
for today.
For
Okay.
Snapchat is 781.
For today? Let's see. Look first. Okay. All right.
to say.
That's
Mine's 61.
so you all just looked at your notifications, your screen time. What are your feelings about that?
Whoa.
I'm embarrassed. I feel like I need to go touch some grass.
So let's dive into the notifications. They say that's the silent killer because if it's sitting here, you all said it vibrates, it vibrates, it vibrates. I'm trying to do my homework.
I've been hearing notifications go off this entire time. I'm like so tempted to pick it up. I'm like,
What do you put on Do Not Disturb?
I don't like putting on Do Not Disturb.
Why don't you like putting on Do Not Disturb?
I feel like I'm missing out. I don't know.
What are you missing out on?
Like
I
people
guess.
talking to you? Like
I
you feel like you're
guess.
gonna miss something?
I feel like it's like, oh, wow, I'm lame.
like if somebody texts you, you're like, oh, like I can't see it right away.
Yeah.
What would you tell her about what she's not missing out on or is missing out on?
I would say for like a few hours, I don't think you're missing out on much.
And I feel like it's really refreshing that like you don't have to see all those notifications like coming down on your phone and buzzing and like bothering you. And then once you open it, then you're like, oh, like let me respond. Like you're not missing out on anything important at all. Maybe you might think that, but I really think it's a mental game that
Yeah.
you think you are, but you're truly not.
Do your parents have a lot of notifications on their phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad does. But my dad does more like emails and stuff for work. My mom, I think it's more text messages.
For my parents, actually, this might be kind of sad, but I never see notifications from my dad's phone unless it's like, here's a code for this. Like, don't share this code with anyone else. And every time his phone buzzes, I look over and it's just this. I'm like, Dad, you need friends.
My dad has a separate work phone from his regular phone, and he's also telling me because me and my dad love to watch movies, and he'll get so mad at me whenever I pick up my phone when we're watching a movie, and it makes me like almost feel embarrassed because of how much it is addicting that I can't even watch a full movie and do something that I am enjoying. And I still have the need to still pick it up and like get distracted by that and miss out on the movie or miss out on the time with my dad.
My dad's like addicted to Insta Reels. Like he's always
My
on that. And he's
mom.
sending me like a bajillion a day.
My-
He's like, you haven't watched them? And I'm like, you send me like 10. Like, give me a second. My mom, she recently got like TikTok. She's had Instagram and like Facebook, and now she has Snapchat too. So I'll like snap my mom, and she'll be like, "You lost our streak," and I'm like, "I'm sorry," but she's just joking. She's just joking. But she also like started a podcast too, so she's like now trying to work like TikTok and Instagram to like promote what she's trying to do. So I think that's kind of led into her addiction a little bit more.
My dad doesn't have any social media. Like, I'm like, Dad, you should get Instagram. He's like, no. I'm like, oh, he doesn't have Facebook.
Do you think he's happier because he doesn't have social media?
Yeah, I can tell he's outside all the time. The only time he's really on his phone is when he's listening to like a podcast or something when he's walking the dogs.
Or
But
texting you about a Niners game.
yeah, my dad's a big Rams fan. Every time there's a game going on, he sends me a little GIF. Rams touchdown. I'm like, oh, what?
All right, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for coming out here today. We've had a lot of fun talking about all kinds of stuff. I do want to give you a challenge over the next month. We talked about this a little bit. See if you can, for 6 hours, delete Snapchat. We talked a lot about how addictive that is. The look on your face is like, how am I going to do that? I'm going to give you a challenge. If you want to come back in a month, be back on the pod, tell me what it felt like to talk to your friends and say, I'm doing this weird challenge, and really think about that. And again, if you can't do it, totally fine. But if you want to try it, it's a little bit of a leap of faith to try and step away from that for a sec. Talk to your parents about it too. And I'm really grateful for all of you for taking your time out today to come out here. We're so grateful to the millions of people who look at our website, who visit all of our podcast episodes, and who are really out there struggling with how do we reduce screen time? How do we keep our kids safe so they can someday be successful online? I do want to share with you, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's called Shine Online. It's what all of my books are about. There is a chance to help your teenagers to be safe on the internet and someday to shine online. Your new resume, your Google results, what shows up in AI, it is a good, bright future out there. We just have to manage all this stuff that we talk about, all the Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, the notifications. Parents, your kids are modeling everything you're doing online. We hope that you will spend some time with them, talk about some of these topics that we talked about. It's okay to be vulnerable. I want to thank my amazing guests here today. What a great job they did. If you'd like for your teenagers to come to Southern California, be on our podcast, we'd love to have you, parents. The family can come. You can bring their friends, and we interview them as well. I'm Josh Oakes, the founder of smartsocial.com and the author of Light, Bright, and Polite. I'll see all of you on the next episode. Have a great rest of the day.